This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh, I'm dangerous. So dangerous. I'm dangerous. So dangerous.
Hello, Body Slams podcast viewers. I am one of your co-hosts here. I am Geo Frost, and the man over there to the back side of me. You know what? I hate this. I always got to flip this because just the way I like sitting on this side here. And the man facing me now that I can look at, not in the chair, but beyond the chair, beyond that border wall, Mr. Joey Image.
I see you over there on the other side of the room. What's going
I,
on, man?
I see you, brother. I'm telling you, we're doing big things, pal. But
What's going on, buddy? How are you, man?
I am tired. I rushed home. I get done at 6 o'clock, and we were starting at 6:30 today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to rush home and quick change over. And how are you, Mr. Sleepy?
I'm good, man. I rushed home at 4 o'clock, 4:20 after 4, whatever, and took a nap. I fell asleep on my couch.
Must
My
be
wife-
nice.
My
Must
wife woke
be.
me up. My wife woke me up for this little while. Goes, hey, it's 20 after. You better go log in there with Chio. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. All right, no problem. I feel like I haven't seen you, man. We took off Sunday for the Easter holiday, and here we are.
How was your Sunday? How was your Easter Sunday?
I
Your
was
whole
home all-
weekend.
I was home all day with the dog. It was wonderful.
Yeah. What did I do?
We were supposed to do a family thing, and then my wife got stuck working all day. So I just kind of hung out with the dog at home, and I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting.
I ended up going out to the Skid Row Academy and
nice.
checked out IWA Vintage. I was just
Yeah.
there to hang out as a fan. It felt good. We were heckling a lot of the boys. So that was fun. And as far as Easter goes, we didn't do no cooking. We just chilled out. We actually went out to eat, because we just wanted to chill. And everyone at the top of the show, before we went on the air, you see the little banner behind me. That was on our screen. You see, we got a bunch of shows going on here. I guess maybe one left, one has a different logo, whatever, but things are always getting updated. But a quick shout out. Let's just give a shout out to some of our, not all of them, but some of our affiliate podcasters out there, besides the ones at Devereaux. We got Tiffany Ann over at the Indie Wrestling Corner, Anthony, Andy, and Brian at the Tornado Tag Podcast, Alex Watt at HTW Network, Rob Williams at Bob Culture Podcast, and the two Daves, Dave Keener and DB Richards over at the 2300 Wrestling Podcast. Now, Joe, question: do you have any cheap plugs yourself that you like to give some shout outs to some of your people out there in your area? Anyone that
how about Body Slam's alumni, Mr. Jimmy Corderas? We can give him a shout out. He's actually, it just passed. I was about to say his seminar is coming up Saturday, but it just passed last Saturday. He did a seminar at Santino Morella's school up in up in Toronto.
Ain't that called
Battle
Battle Arts?
Arts. Yep, Battle
Yes.
Arts Academy, I think it is. He did a referee seminar. Um, Go to Amazon and read his book. Just look up Jimmy Corderas, My Life in Stripes. Sorry, the 3 count, My Life in Stripes as a WWE ref. Uh, Check out his Twitter at Jimmy Corderas. Every morning, he does these hilarious. He calls them ref and rants, where he critiques and or praises something that's happened recently on either just on wrestling TV, Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, whatever, or just like something that has happened in the wrestling news or whatever, not necessarily on television or whatever. Um, but again, he is a referee of I believe I know WWE 23 years, but I believe overall he's been a ref for maybe 30 years. So
Hmm.
a lot of great, or 30 plus years. So a lot of great insight from everything he puts out there. I love that guy. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's what else
I,
do I
I
got?
I I know it seems like we're killing a little bit of time here instead of jumping right to our guests that we have. Our guest did hit me up just right before we went on the air. He will jump in on this stream here. We're just waiting on. So yeah, we're giving some plugs and shout outs to a bunch of different people. I want to give a shout out over to the guys at Symbiotic Collectibles over in West Reading. They have a bunch of cards, comic books. If you're into stuff like the Magic, they do some stuff in the basement area where they have tables set up. I get some of my wrestling figures that I collect from over there. I get some cards and stuff like that. So they're really a bunch of good guys. He gives me good deals and stuff. I actually got my Super Nintendo from over there. I see our guest. He just joined us
I
into
need
the
to get
room.
an. I need to get a Super NES, like an original. I have the mini ones, the classics.
Yeah.
I need to get a Super original and an original NES.
And one other shout out. I just got today earlier to Red Rose Sports Cards over in Lancaster, PA. A certain individual, I'm not going to name drop anyone. Uh, um, let's just say he's well known in the business. Uh, and and I don't mean just in the indie realm. He been to where he worked for the big guy, the Godfather himself. The guy up in what Stanford or New York, whatever they want to call him,
Yeah.
Titan Towers. He worked for him, and he gave me he sent me the Facebook page of Red Rose Sports Cards in Lancaster, PA. I'm definitely going to go out there and check them out to see what kind of wrestling cards they got out there though as well. But without any further ado, that we're wasting time because I know we all have busy lives. Like this next upcoming superstar, he is a man of film. You can check. You can look his stuff up on imdb.com. All you gotta do is Google his name. You also just type his name in his other social medias, as you can read at the bottom of the screen there on the social media platforms. You can find him on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And there's his at name. He is from the new era. But how new is this era? He is the guiding light in pro wrestling right now. He is the spark, Cory Kastle.
I will be using the guiding light. It's the thing I'm going to use from now on. I don't know why it's taken me this long to think of it, but thank you, Chio. I really appreciate that. I laughed. I also laughed when you're like, I'm not gonna name drop anybody, and then you were like, but this is a guy who's been somewhere.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
have to
if
tease.
if I if I
I'm
if
looking
I
at
had,
I'm looking at the website right now, and I can't figure out
sorry,
who it is.
sorry,
Uh,
Joe.
Let me
I
just
ca-
say, I haven't seen Corey Castle in years, in
yeah,
person at
Joey,
least.
what's up, buddy?
How are you, man? It's been so freaking long since I've
So
seen you.
long, man. Miss you, man.
I remember the last time I saw you in person was in Jackson, New Jersey at, might have been at World One, I think, for Steve.
Oh man, that's
It's been a
so
very
long.
long time.
That's
I
lifetimes ago. That's a few
you
lifetimes ago.
weren't doing you hadn't done stand up yet. You told me you were gonna start getting into it, or you wanted to get into it.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was that I've seen you.
Yeah, my first time I got on stage to do stand up was 2008. So
Oh my God! So it's been that long.
it's been a very long time.
Holy crap!
We got a message from Dennis Reaper. It's about
I see
time the
that.
important person's coming on the show. Thank you, Dennis. We love you, bro. Yeah. We had to splurge. We had to break out the big butts. We had to get the Bitcoin out and get this guy or whatever's popular nowadays. What the doggy whatever coin?
Doge,
Well,
the doggy coin.
What's
Doge.
funny is you're being cryptic about who the names you're trying to not drop is.
Crypto.
So that's cryptocurrency right there.
Yes, most definitely. Nah, because me and this gentleman had some conversations within the past like 2-3 days. We've been conversating. Joe, I mentioned it to you the other night. Who I was talking to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to.
Yeah, the same guy I talked to a couple weeks ago about coming on the show. Okay,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't know. I don't think him and I have ever met, but he just randomly followed me on Twitter one day, and now we talk every couple days.
I'm gonna put it in the private chat, and you guys tell me if I guess the right guess.
How do I get to the?
It's right there on the side.
Yeah, I know. Dude, since now I have like control access or whatever, I'm so like confused and all this like. There's so many more buttons to mess with on my screen now that you gave me now that I'm admin access. So
yeah, you got admin. That way you can run your Joey Image stuff on your Twitter page. You can go through here and use this for all your fans out there. And we got a podcast specialist right there on the screen with us, the man in Cory Kastle. And what's that? Evolving with Cory. Yeah. That's now Cory,
my Fred Flintstone version of me that's on that banner there.
Gotta love it. Yeah, but
I thought that it looks like
Joey. It looks like Joey.
Oh, actually, that's pretty funny. Well, yeah, but Joey. I don't know. You need to paint all the hair white.
No, I saw a younger version.
I'm an old man now.
No, it looks like 2008 Joey.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man, it's great having Cory on because I haven't seen him in a long time since Saturday.
Yeah, but before that, it had been some years.
Oh yeah, it's been a little bit. We caught each other a couple times here and there.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm super excited that you just revealed to me the kayfabe on the name. Oh. I'm excited about that. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, me and that gentleman, we've been really great guy. Me and him just been talking a little bit of stuff here and there, and I see a lot of positive things coming to light shortly for this guy, and I'm so happy for him right now with what's going on. So so I guess we should get into the nitty gritty. Cory, what have you been up to? For those who don't know Cory Kastle, you definitely can go online. You can Google him. You can do the whole thing where people just hit up Wikipedia. They'll go on to Cage Match. There's there's like all these wrestling websites out there that try to give everyone's bios, but they always leave out one thing or another on each one.
The real indies. They forget what the real indies are because the real indies are stuff that no one ever sees, and a lot of the people who are on the shows no one's ever heard of. That's what indie wrestling. That's what the indie is in indie wrestling. These people who talk indies, like, oh, you're talking about MLW and Ring of Honor. Those places have contracts. Those people all go to WWE. Our indies are what you might, in your arrogance, consider the shindies, but really that is the heart of pro wrestling. That's where real fans go to. People who want to love wrestling show up at the shindies.
That's where it starts.
I mean, there are tons of dudes who suck and are shitty, but there are some diamonds in the rough. There's some polished turds inside of the shindies.
You know what? Even some of those guys who are not that great in ring technically wise, but there's some of them as a performer, character wise, and on top of that, some of the fans actually love to come see these certain ones because they make them laugh too.
Right. And
Yes, they may
sometimes
not be on the scale of these smart marks. They may not be on their skill or level what they want to see. But there's other fans out there who enjoy other stuff as well, not just the same old crap.
well, it's also sometimes the memories that you can create inside of these such intimate shows. Like somebody can go, not to say that I'm somebody, but let's say somebody can go, dude, I saw Cory when he was young. I saw Cory before he was somebody, like I'm not saying that I'm somebody yet.
Yes, I did.
We're going back like CKNY.
Right. Back in the early aughts.
Yes.
Back in the early aughts, I got to witness the awkward version of Cory Kastle, the awkward man.
All right. Now, Cory, I know you have a very busy schedule. I got lucky that we can find this time to get you on. So let's cut to the chase, bruh.
Let's do it.
How'd you get into business, man?
Is that the question?
Yeah,
Oh man,
hey, it's one of the questions. It's always the question of anybody that always asks us, dude, how'd you get into wrestling? Like what? Did you actually like it? Did you find it by accident? Did you look for it?
I'm gonna omit some facts, some
Backyard
details, only because I don't want to give press to people who I feel don't deserve it. But I broke into the wrestling business based around an ad in the newspaper. That's like some old timey, like we used to play jacks down by the soda fountain. We don't know what you're talking about, Grandma. Conversations. but in 1998, I was 14. I was a kid. I was a 14-year-old kid. It was the summer before 9th grade, and there was an article in the newspaper where it was the Attitude Era. 1998 was the time, and me and my friend went to this school, and it was like we were allowed to be a part of the wrestling business. It wasn't a real school. It was run by somebody who was a dropout of another school who built his own ring very shittily. Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, so then when I was there,
shittily.
When I was there, I met Rick Feinberg, Rick Connor, my roll dog, my BFF.
Wait, was this school in Philly by chance?
Yeah.
Was it in Kensington area?
No, it was in like Bristol area.
Okay, then wrong school.
Like Bucks County area.
Okay,
but,
please continue.
So then I met Rick there, and I met Dewey there. Like, do you know who Discount Dewey Donovan is?
Yes. Didn't he manage the Hate Club in Combat Zone?
He still manages Nick Gage. Yeah, he's still in GCW managing Nick Gage. But I met Dewey and I met Rick, and Dewey and I never stopped talking to each other. And Dewey was like, James, you got to come. My real name's James. My shoot name's James.
No,
James, you got to come down. You got to come down to the CCW school. And that was in South Jersey, in the same park. No, it wasn't in that parking lot yet. It was in Mantua. So he would pick me up in Burlington. So I would catch a ride over to Burlington, and then Dewey would pick me up, and we'd go to the school, and we'd train. And then Rick was like, "Where do you live?" And I told him where I lived, and it was in the Northeast, and it was only 5 minutes from him. So he came and picked me up. I was only 16 or 17 when I started there. So I was also very broke.
Ain't we all?
Yeah. Yes.
And then on top of that, then you always got to find a ride because you ain't driving. So it's like, okay, dude, you're a good kid. You can work, but you got a ride. Can you get to the show?
Yeah.
So then you're either piggybacking on somebody else or you're losing bookings.
Right. Which I have to admit, I was a bit of a leech on Rick for a very long time to get rides everywhere, anywhere I was. It was because Rick drove me. And if I'm giving credit, any credit at all, to where I've gone in the pro wrestling business or who I am, it all goes to Rick. It absolutely has to go right to him because he really really held my hand and pulled me along. Dude, I think the big important part about wrestling was to not get discouraged by the fact that I wasn't picking it up, because I was young, and I figured, well, on top of that, I was a bit special needs as a kid. and my trainers really worked with me. I was trained by Eddie Valentine and trained by John Dahmer.
And you know what's funny? All the names that you are naming off, hands down, bunch of great fucking dudes. I've been in the ring with Eddie, with Dahmer. Did we work before together?
You and me? Yeah, of course we did.
I can't remember. I'm so old, my mind's like it's blanking, and we're not that far in age though. I'm like, well, maybe I don't know. I'm not even sure how old you are. I'm about to be 46.
I'm 38.
Oh, then okay, yeah. Then my mind is definitely going. Then, yeah.
So I had where was I going with that?
You, Rick, Eddie, a bunch of great trainers.
Oh no, I was trying to say when you and I were ever in a match together was when it was like Ray was running those shows out of that fight.
Ray Alexander, right? I remember now.
The short ring, yes.
Yes, now I remember.
And you and I just did a couple of spots, and I don't really remember any of what they were, but I knew we did a chop exchange on the outside of the ring. That's all I remember.
Hey, less is more.
And Joey and I never worked.
No, we never did.
Nope.
We've been on a bunch of shows together back in 4,000, 5,000 years ago, but we never worked each other.
We definitely got to make that happen, and we got to get you and Joey in the ring.
Joey, you still working, bro?
No, man. Dude, I broke my neck and my spine, man.
Man.
Yeah, I stopped in 2015.
I think I'm the only one in my friends group who still does it. No one else that I'm
still backstage, like doing whatever. I've done a bunch of commentary, did a little bit of managing. I do some stuff with Chio, helping him with sound or whatever. Or I sit there while he does sound, really. But
he's my guy. He's my guiding light.
Yeah. I'm his young boy.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not doing nothing in ring anymore. It's been a while.
Hey, boy, tie my shoes. Not even boots.
This is great. Shoes. I'm gonna use that, Joe. I'm gonna use that. Yo, young boy, come here.
Yeah.
Carry my bag.
That's what it is, man.
Like I said, no one in my friends group is still in wrestling. Bomb Boy's out. Rick is out. Niles is out. Jude is out. Dinmock is out. Yes, they're all my friends are all gone. I'm the only one still in it. That's why I took on doing the Spark, because I for sure have found what I believe is going to be the generation of wrestling who like makes it past the shindies, makes it past the indies, and gets to the next level. And I think with that, it's like the reason I came up with saying the Spark is because I heard I was at this like open mic that was half comedy and half poetry, and this guy was doing a poem about his dead brother. So chuckles galore, I'm sure. Like try to follow that doing comedy, it's not going to work out. But this guy was doing this poem about his dead brother, and he said something about having the potential of an unlit match, and him saying that to me, and I'm going to say this is probably around like 2009 or 10, and I didn't do anything. I sat on it for like 10 years. But when he said the potential of an unlit match, I felt like that's such a like a statement. You know what I mean? Like an unlit match can either just be an unlit match that does nothing, or it can set the whole world on fire.
Exactly.
I can see exactly what you're saying. It's just,
I like that
like a work
lot.
of
That's
art,
really
having
cool
a blank
line.
canvas.
Yeah.
So my potential mixed with the potential of these young men, I feel has the potential of an unlit match. We are the spark of that unlit match. And I just want to carry that into what's next. And, maybe that is a guiding light. Maybe that spark creates a guiding light. We'll see.
Hey, if if it works, then you the man. You walking Jesus right now. Because with the and the thing is, like, I hate to call you. You gotta refresh me on the name of your Do I want to say drum? I don't want to say drum because you corrected me on it.
I'm gonna pull it right here.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now.
Here it is.
I didn't want to say
Bongos.
bongo. I didn't want to say bongo either.
I was gonna say bongo. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a ceremonial djembe.
Djembe.
DJEMBE. Djembe.
You know what that sounds like? That reminds me of what's that baseball movie? And he has a Jabu.
Major League.
Yeah, Jabu.
You have no marbles.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Dude, and and besides doing the evolving with Cory Kastle, you do another podcast one. I'm sorry, I did not write it down. I was rushing home from work, and I didn't have all my notes ready and stuff like that. But this is called Fill in the Blank.
Yeah. So I've been doing this. It's a long running podcast. We've been doing it since 2015, and the podcast.
Damn.
It's a Wrestle Talk podcast called Rassle Rock, RASSLE Rock, and you can find that on YouTube if you just put in youtube.com/Rassle Rock, or
so if everyone's hearing and listening, please go subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when he's on.
You know what this cool thing is? I don't know if you guys are employing this yet, but now through Spotify, you can do video podcasts. So like so if I upload onto Spotify or any of the ways that I want to put, like once I put it onto Anchor, it will automatically put the video onto Spotify. So it'll just be like, have you ever watched like Joe Rogan on Spotify? It'll be just like that, like where it's audio only if you just put it in your headphones. But like if you really want to see it, you can see it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so, yeah. Because the closest thing to Spotify we get is I use Red Circle, and it I just post one time in there, and it distributes to like between Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and a couple others as well too, all at the same time. So it just updates everything for me at one shot. So I'm kind of happy I found that one there. But as far as our video library, I keep our YouTube updated. So after this, right now, our library will be updated as soon as we go off the air.
Cool. Yeah, stay right in the archives.
Flex.
They're all coming out the woodwork to see you. We had Reaper, we got Flex. Who else is next to pop up? I know.
One more time. Let me say, I'm the only one of my friends who's still doing it. Flex ain't doing it no more either.
Oh, come on! You ain't gotta say it like all like that. Now we love like Flex is the booker from Canada. He's like he's booking our shows here for us imaginarily, because he's always checking in on us, making sure we're doing a good job. He pretty much almost never misses a show. Just about, he tunes in whenever he can.
I love
we appreciate that. Oh, dude,
Flex, I love you, man. Thanks for watching, for sure. I have some great memories of hanging out with Flex. He booked the show in Ben Salem at this like high school or middle school.
I remember. I hope it was ACWF.
Yes, that's where you and I have also. I don't know if we wrestled each other. I don't
know.
I don't remember what I did.
I was helping run the show. I was helping behind the scenes.
Right. I don't remember what I did at all on that show, but I remember it was I could walk there. It was that close to my house where I was living at the time.
Oh, it's great when you find spots like that. Like down here where I'm at, there's a bunch of small venues that once in a while you can walk to, depends on what area of the city you live in. But the best is I guess the guys in the Philly, because you didn't have to have a car, because you just rode SEPTA just to get to the shows. And then how's it look afterwards, whether you're limping or whatever, or your head's bust open, we got blood gushing, and you're going home. walking through the neighborhood, like, hey guys, like, yo, did you get jumped? Like, yeah, we'll go with that. I got jumped.
Did you ever have to go to the hospital in your gear before?
I've done that.
Yes,
I,
yes,
it's so embarrassing. It's really like I feel
Yeah.
like when they're wheeling you in, people are looking at you like, what is this guy, a motocross guy? Why is he wearing that? Like, I was like, what is going on? But also, when I got taken to the hospital, my gear bag, my phone, my wallet, and my PZ never came with me.
Ah, shit. And so then you had to backtrack. And what by the time you got out of the hospital, was the show still going on, or was the building locked
No,
in?
no. We're Mizane event, bro.
Ah.
So there was no pizze dizzy, huh?
Yeah, the payday never happened, and
No.
a hospital bill happened, and the
Ah,
company never reimbursed me.
Yeah, of course
Mm.
not.
Yeah, there's a bunch of companies out there where guys just get shitted on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not talking about those screw jobs. So even
Yeah.
whether they're Montreal or Philly or Jersey or Delaware, whichever company you work for in those particular, because that's our tri-state area. Is the Jersey, Delaware, and PA area. That's our version
Well,
of tri-state.
I get into New York and New Jersey often too. Like
No,
I
I meant locally, from where home's at. Your
okay.
tri-state would be those three main areas. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you travel down to what, DCW a lot too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm their current No Limit champion,
Oh,
DCW No
damn.
Limit champion.
Yeah,
And
I can't remember the last time I worked for them down there. That was a long time ago.
dude, I started there in like 2006, and I'm still there.
Wow, man, that's
Like,
good stuff. That's good stuff, dude.
That was
so
when the Trojans were running it, right?
right, yeah.
Oh
I was running.
man.
I was there. I was supposed to be there when they first started because I was actually a student of Dahmer's, and Jeff Rocker was trying to get me to come down. Do you remember Jeff Rocker?
That's a name
Yes.
I haven't heard in many years. Wow.
Jeff the Ab Rocker was trying to get me to come down to DCW when he first started. I think it was called Delaware Championship Wrestling at that point. And now the company's been around for 19 years. I think they just had their 19th anniversary in February. So I've been there since 2006. Not to say that I was there consistently the entire time, but I went there for the first time in 2006, where it was me and Rick were doing the KFC, and Roxy was with us. And the funny thing was that this time, this run, I they gave me the championship on the same show they gave her a championship, right? And then we got in the back, and it was Rick and her and me, and they were like, I was like, we used to beg to get on shows. We used to show up, and they wouldn't book us. Like that happened to us a couple times, and when that happened, we were laughing about like when we got the championships. I was thinking about the scene in Talladega Nights when when the guys putting the netting up on the window, and he's like, "Hey, you remember when we used to get kicked out of school for playing with Matchbox cars? Ha ha! Who's retarded now?" And then the thing, that's how I was like, "You guys used to deny us."
It's funny because I had a conversation. I'm sure Joey probably thought about this too once in a while. Like you go look back and like when you're first breaking in versus starting, or even when you had the idea of, hey, I want to be a wrestler. How many people in life probably shitted on you, telling you, dude, don't worry about that.
That stuff's fake, right? Why do you want
yeah,
to do that?
exactly. I didn't want to use the F word. My bad.
I
I'd rather say fuck.
Word,
but
I don't like using the F word, but I mean that's what happens.
But the main thing you hear before you hear the fake thing, you hear you're not in good enough shape to do that. That's,
you're too small.
That's too small. Too
get a job, go
fat,
work.
Too awkward. Too much of a dreamer. It's all.
Yeah, you want get a real job.
All we all are is dreamers selling dreams to dreamers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
and then the thing is, when you're doing what you're doing and you go and look back now and you by chance run into those particular individuals. So, what was your dream growing up? Did you achieve yet? No, I just been working my dead end job all these years. I hate it. I hate my life. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, why didn't you try? No excuses whatsoever. I'm like, okay, but you shitted on me about doing what I like, but I'm the one out here. I'm not trying to knock anyone, but at the same time, you instead of just taking your ball and going home because people are criticizing you, you went and did something. And I'm like, and it is what it is. A lot of us, even if we never made it anywhere big or special, at least we took the chance to go to a school, to do a tryout. Maybe some guys lasted maybe only a year, but they had the courage enough at least to take that chance to see what is presented to them and how much they put in. I give them that much credit. At least they took the chance.
Well, I think I got into it young enough where I didn't have to have a bunch of people telling me I couldn't do it. The thing was, I learned at a certain point that instead of telling people I'm going to do things, I just do things and let them find out about it after seeing it. So like I learned a phrase out of this book from an author called Napoleon Hill. He says, tell the world what you're going to do. Show them first. And I figured I'd apply that to a lot of things. So I'm gonna tell you who I am through my actions. So I'm gonna continue to beat my drum. That's the whole point of me having the drum, is to stay consistent and never change, never waver from what my path is, because my path will, whether it's now or whether it's later after I'm gone, seeing what I've done and hearing who I am and listening to my podcast. That's why I called it Evolving, because it's like, it was because I started it when I was 33. So you can listen to who I evolved into from the time I started it to the rest of my life. I don't want to ever stop doing it, regardless of no one listens to it or not. I know it's on the record shit, and I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I lost one of my brothers, dude. I lost one of my friends. He was a real close friend, and he was my friend through comedy. His name was Chris Cotton. Cotton 215.
I know Chris. I knew Chris.
So
I knew him through Bob Levy. You know Bob Levy from the Stern Show.
I know him to text him. I don't know him personally, but
him and I are good friends, and I met Chris through him.
So
actually, last time I saw Chris was at Starland Ballroom at a Levy show.
That's so cool. But I had Chris on my podcast, and what fascinated me was, okay, when I first started the podcast, my mom said to me, right before I started, my mom was like, oh, she had got these discs made, this burnt onto CDs, these voicemails that were from her best friend who had passed and her mom who had passed. And she said, you know how like when people die, you forget what their voice sounds like?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want that for me. Like when I die, I want you to be able to go back and discover who I am. Maybe start and then go through the whole archive if you can.
We have this right here, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is
we can sell this on VHS.
So I want to make sure a lot of the things I do and say on the record, like it was very important to me to have a podcast where I'm chatting with my mom. And what I'm going to say in that, every effing decision you ever made, every thing you ever did, and you considered me for it, made me the man I am, and I love who I am. So I'm so grateful to you, and I love you so much. And I have that now on the record. So one day, when my mom's not here anymore, that's going to help me through the grieving process.
Right.
And then to hear her say whatever she's going to say, this is what I did with Chris. When Chris passed, I listened back to the episodes that we did together, and I was like, I want to make sure I say to you on the record, Chris, that I respect you, and wherever you go in this business, you're a superstar to me, and I love you. And he then told me I was funny. He told me I was a star. And then I was like, that helped me feel like the grieving process, and it's funny because not funny. I don't want to say funny because it's Chris died when his wife was 8 months pregnant with their baby. So he has a
Yeah.
daughter now that he's never going to get to meet. She's never going to get to meet him. She could go back one
Yeah.
day and listen to that episode. She could go like back and listen on the record to go like, oh wow, my dad really loved my mom a lot. And
Yep.
that's gonna mean so much to that girl when she's older.
And you know, I can actually relate because I get on one of my daughter's cases because it's a love hate relationship where, you know, I know she loves me, but she doesn't show it. And I tell her, you know what, you're gonna know when when I'm gone from this world, you're gonna realize how much you know, dad actually really loves you and stuff. Yeah, I might horse around and play and I might annoy you and stuff. Uh, and just like Joe said and you said, you know, we have this archive of footage now that's
Yeah.
out there online on the internet. Not just them, my grandkids could go up and like, yeah, that was our pop. That was our pop back then. Like, oh wow, look at all the stuff. Like we knew he did stuff, but we didn't know how serious he did it. And the same thing with my kids, they can just like at least go back and have those memories. Like this is when dad was happy. When if I wasn't spending time with them, quality time with the kids and grandkids, I was happy with wrestling. Wrestling was always my life ever since I was a little kid. Seeing it on TV was like seeing my best friend because I never really hanged out with anyone, you know, until I got older. But other than that, that Saturday morning wrestling show on whatever station I can get in when I was living in Philly or whatnot, those were my times. That was my childhood, and it just became a part of me. And it not just me, it became a part of a lot of us, a lot of us out there. It's and we all grown to what we become. Some better people than others, some shadier people than others, depends on what road you take in the business. But at the end of the day, with the current situation with social media and stuff like that, our legacies can live on to our family and friends. And Cory, dude, I respect everything you have done, everything you accomplished. Like I was going by and I seen like all like the the movies and the stand up and the podcast and not just and even the wrestling and you know just like, dude, you are one of the guys that are so genuine in this business that I came across. And like, and there's a bunch of other guys that are just as genuine as you, but then there's a lot of guys who are not. So like, I'm very selective who I actually really call brother. You know, even though that term gets thrown around a lot in this business, you are one of the guys that I can look to and call brother.
Well, a good friend of mine, one of my brothers, his name Nate Evans Jr. He's a motivational speaker and a podcaster. His podcast is actually named after this great quote of his, and I quote it all the time. I said, "Let's change what we normalize." So the show is called "Change What We Normalize." Like, really, if being genuine and being sincere and having intentions to make the world a better place, that if that becomes normal and everybody wants to do that, you know what I mean? That's the kind of world I'd like to live in. That kind of world I'd want my family to live in. I'd want my sisters and brothers to 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 thrive in that world. I'd want them to constantly be thriving. I want the best world. Like why I I constantly am continuing to beat this drum. Honestly, it's all ceremony to me.
Yeah, I like you're always projecting those good vibes and you have that also as well. You're damn, I don't want to mess the name up again. James, I don't want to say Jenga either. Your drum, anyway. I see how you incorporated into the match when in the opening when you came out at IWA Vintage there. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, okay, it's something different. And like, cause I remember a time ago, I think you were also doing a pirate type look too. I think at once. Well, no, I no, I'm thinking of Andy Header.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the Jack
'cause-
Sparrow type. I'm thinking of the
'cause
Jack
we-
Sparrow type thing going on. That's why.
We heard enough. We heard enough back in the day that we looked alike, and I think we both grew out of that. But at some point, I remember everybody would say like that we looked alike. The same thing with Adam Cole. Everyone thought that Adam Cole and I looked alike too, but I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yeah, I tune in every Wednesday night to see Cory Kastle. I mean Cole.
Cory Cole.
Yeah, Cory Cole.
Well, it's funny because Matt Bomboy used to always go up to him and be like, "Hey, Cory." Oh, no, that's not Cory. Like I remember Bomboy used to always say that to Adam Cole. The thing is, like, Adam Cole's young. I remember meeting Adam Cole his first day of wrestling school, and he was just out of high school. This was 2007. At the first day at wrestling school is when I met Adam Cole, and then Bomboy was like, "It must rip him apart." The fact that, like, let me backtrack in a second. The Bullet Club logo with the skull and the bones.
Yeah.
That was fully ripped off of TNE. Like it was TNE's logo first. Let me get the story. Back in 2012, Luke Gallows worked a DCW show where we had him join TNE for one night. And then, like, fast forward a couple months later, the Bullet Club has this new logo. Right? So Bomboy was like, "Oh, look, it must really rip this Adam Cole kid apart. The fact he wants to be you so bad. Not only is he in the Bullet Club, now his thing is called the Era, Undisputed Era. Man, he wants to be you, bro."
Oh my god, dude, this is getting horrible for you. Oh shit.
But
There should
whatever,
be
man.
signs. There should be signs at an AEW show when Cole's there, like, "You fear Cory Kastle."
Bro. Just get me some exposure. Get me a job or something. Get me a spot. Give me a match. But like, nah, I don't know.
Oh, dude, you're too much, man. So what do you got coming up? What's on the agenda? What's for the future of Cory Kastle and the Spark? You know, what's some of the dates you got? You know.
Okay, so this Monday coming up, you could catch Evolving with Cory Kastle. New episode drops this Monday. It's with Andrew Brunarski. I recorded it yesterday. Andrew Brunarski. Do you guys know who that is?
No,
Wasn't
sir.
he the director of The Wrestler?
No, that's
Or-
Darren Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky.
I get all these skis messed up. These skis.
Skis.
But
You don't ski.
But Andy's a Philly kid. Well, he grew up a Philly kid. He's in Hollywood now. He's been in so many movies. He played Leatherface in the 2 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies that came out in 2003. He is if you've ever seen Batman Returns, he was Chip Shrek, Christopher Walken's son in Batman Returns. He was in Any Given Sunday. He was in The Program. He was in Necessary Roughness. He is in these important
football movies.
A lot of football movies. Yeah. So he's what a good time, man. It was a good conversation, and I can't wait for people to see it and tell me what they think.
Yeah, like I said, people go out there and then subscribe, hit the notification button. You have to, please do. Like I said, everything's down there, down below, as well as when you go back and watch this, whether it be on Facebook, if we don't get flagged like other people have been doing, or you can go check it out on our YouTube. In the descriptions have all the links. You can just click on to his pages as well. So yeah, you definitely want to check that out.
Do you know what's really weird about that, Gio? Because you mentioned like the authenticity and the sincerity of Cory Kastle, and when I record episodes and I I want anybody I'm having a conversation with, like you'll notice it in that Andy episode. He like wanted me to give him this big elaborate intro and like act like I was enthusiastic. I'm like, if I'm faking it, I'm not me. I want to just have us have a conversation like we're pals, because that's what the show is. But I was like, sure, we'll do whatever you want to do. Fine. but you'll notice it. I was like throwing out some credits and stuff, like what some of his credits were in the intro, and I screwed it up. I screwed it up. I'm not, and when it comes to the authenticity that I was talking about, is maybe I don't push it hard enough. Maybe I don't hustle hard enough to ask for those likes, because it's like, it feels like it kind of takes the sincerity out, because I'm not doing it for the likes, and I'm not doing it for the audience as much as I'm doing it because I feel it in my bone marrow that it needs to happen. So when I say, oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, it makes me feel just like a long time ago, I watched this like conspiracy theory video about 9/11. And it was like, there's a 9/11 truth, and the truth, there's the truth. And what about this? What about that? And what about this? And then at the end of it, it said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I was like, okay, you did it just for the likes and subscriptions. You didn't do it because you care about the truth being out there. And that soured me on ever saying like and subscribe to anything. To follow, like, and subscribe, that like really, really just shoved, like it kicked dirt right in my eye. And I don't.
It's just people, I guess, being content creators just in general, just like you said, to get the likes and subscribes. I never did a podcast until just this last year, since we just started. So I figure every other podcast I really actually seen out there, like, you know, all these influencers who have their shows, hit the notification button, ding, that make ding, you'll know when we're on, you know. So like I figured, you know, hey, that was and then when I watch some of the YouTube videos where they go and they say, oh, well, this is a lesson how to get better podcasts for your show, how to run your podcast a little bit better. You want to do this, you want to do that, mention this, mention that, don't say this, say this instead. So like I was going off of a bunch of that stuff all this time, you know. So it's like, okay, I guess that's the way to go. So but
it feels like you're trying to make a formula out of success, and there's like, as if there's only one way up the mountain. There's plenty of ways, and I want to make sure that if I wasn't me, I'd wish that I was me. Like if I was a listener to podcasts, I'd want my podcast to be one of my favorite ones. And I feel like if you hear me talk and you've made the effort to check me out or hear me on anything or see me on anything, then and you think that continuing to hear me talk or continuing to hear me share my thoughts and opinions on stuff, and that brings value to your life, go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and follow. But like if it's too much effort, for you, carry on. Just go like the other stuff you like. And you know, maybe one day you'll circle back to me and you'll be like, oh, why didn't I subscribe when I had the chance?
All right, people. Well, you heard it there. If you come across any of the Cory Kastle stuff, do not like him. Do not subscribe to him. Just watch the damn videos. Just
wait about 6 months and then go back and like and subscribe and be like, I missed out.
Maybe we should, Joe. Maybe we should not say it anymore. Maybe we should just point to the bottom of the screen. See at the bottom of the screen there what it's saying. We're not going to tell you to do it. It's right there. It's already saying it. So there you're gonna wish
you had subscribed to the show sooner.
Good point. Oh man, Joe, we definitely in some dog shit here. We need some good producers for our show. And like I swear to God, we're getting all these awesome guests that put all this great content out, and they're schooling us, brother. They're schooling us.
What are you? You maybe, not me.
Shut up. Just go with it, Mr. Twitter superstar. You can't make me look bad all by myself.
Please.
You got
superstar. Far from it.
Joey, you got followers on Twitter?
Yeah, like 7,000 something.
Bro, I've got like 600. I'm like,
I
I've been
have 7,694.
Is that
Oh,
following or
man.
followers?
No followers. That's somebody following me.
Damn, he got me beat. Shit, big time. I think
Bro.
Cory got me beat too.
The thing is, I constantly say, and I've tweeted this
Well,
before.
Cory, you
like,
got 623 now because I just added you.
okay, cool. Awesome.
I didn't realize I wasn't following you actually.
With my opinions on that stuff, I'm like, if somebody were to actually like look me up and notice the amount of time I've been doing very cool, very public shit, like, and the fact that like I've got like almost like a drop a pebble down a well and listen for the sound. That's the kind of audience I have. And it's like, all right, well, that doesn't stop me from continuing to put my shows out there because to me they're important. It's important for me to feel productive in my life, and if like when it comes to like playing video games, I'm not very good at video games, and sometimes that's a waste of my productivity. It's like if I keep losing the same round over and over and over again, I'm going to stop playing the game and I'm going to do something productive. Having conversations with people that like might inspire somebody else later on to be a better version of themselves, that's productive, that I feel in my heart. And I want to foster that lifestyle, because like let's say, I mean, I'm 38 now, and most likely I'm not going to have any children, but let's say one day I do. How cool would it be to listen to the kind of conversations that I had for my kid when they're older, to see what kind of adult to try to grow into, and see like learn from my f ups, dude. My life lessons and my f ups are just as epic. And I'd love like my brothers and sisters and my close friends and relatives and stuff to just kind of hear all that, and it would bring them, hopefully bring them some sort of closer understanding of who I actually am, because I'm not faking any of it.
Now, Cory, I gotta know now with everything that you have enlightened us tonight here. This is pretty much like a real side of you that I never really got to, as many times as we chatted, I never really got to hear you speak like this. Have you been like a guest speaker for motivational type projects? Because dude, you're knocking it out the park with just a genuine stuff you're saying to us here, the way you're expressing yourself, and like I think you can definitely touch some people's out there who are probably in need of whatever maybe drama that's going on in their life. Maybe they need that pick me up and stuff. You genuinely sound like you could be that Tony Robbins, that next guy to inspire people.
It is a goal of mine to be a life coach and to be a speaker. Like that's part of like when I do stand-up comedy, I make sure I throw some valuable lessons in there so people have some takeaways that they might think about like later on, and they'll be like, "Oh, remember when Cory said that? Okay, there's a lesson to take. Let me play that back." Like just something like I'm gonna a throwaway opener that I'll sometimes do is I'll be like, "Can we please agree that we're gonna stop comparing ourselves to other people?" You look at somebody and you're like, "Oh, they got a great body. There's a nice car. They got a nice house. They probably got everything all figured out." My opinion on that is, birds. Some of them still get hit by cars. They got the whole sky. Not anyone has it all figured out. So, like, I've had friends call me and text me and be like, "Oh, bro, I just almost hit a bird with my car, and I thought of you." Like, well, that's so cool.
I'm cool. Think about that now when a bird almost flies in front of my car. You know how they swoop down in front as you're driving. Dude,
like,
most there.
Oh, probably got a nice life. Probably got a really nice house, a bird house.
Now, Cory, now you mentioned you don't have any kids. Do you have any pets?
Well, not really, no. My roommate has a cat, and sometimes I play with the cat. And I live very close to my mom. Very close, meaning like across the street. I live across the street from my mom, and she has a dog that I consider my dog, but I don't live. He doesn't live with me
Well,
because
that's good. That's great then, because they can do all the cleanup and all that other stuff. You just come play with it and leave.
you know what's great about him. We've had him maybe 7 months, 8 months. He's never had an accident in the house. He's a good ass dog. And like nobody plays with him the way I play with him, and we have like a little special bond. And man, one of these days I'm gonna have a dog. And also Alyssa, my girlfriend, has a dog, and I play with her dog all the time. So I don't spend every day over there, but I'm there most weekends. I'm there, and I'm playing with her dog Bowie, because he's a cool ass dude.
Yeah. So going forward, in this wild, crazy world of pro wrestling, how can promoters get in contact with Cory Kastle? Is it directly through your social media, or do you have a contact link that they could reach out to you to, and tell them, hey, if you want to give us a promo right now, tell them why they should book Cory Kastle on their next show?
Well, let me put this message out there for not just promoters. I want this message to go to you both, to anybody listening, to anybody who feels like me being a part of their life, even if it's in an audio form, would be important to them. If you're ever going through something, honestly, I'm going to say this to you, Chio and Joey, like, if you're ever feeling like you don't have a friend and there's no one to turn to, there's nobody to talk to, I'm not hard to get a hold of. Just write me a DM. My DMs are wide open on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Just hit me up, dude. I'll be your friend. And when it comes, it's not like I'm going to fix your problems, but I will hold space for you. And that's something that not everybody who claims to be somebody, or somebody who thinks they're somebody, will ever even really do. But when it comes to just sending me harassing messages, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't just say hey or sup and then nothing else, because then I'll feel like you're spam. I can't do nothing with that. Oh, sorry. Do you feel like you've got nobody in your life, bot?
Yeah, there's too many of them out there already as it is. I keep deleting them.
But yeah, promoters, if you want to get in touch with me, hit me up on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way. On Twitter, I have on my Twitter profile, if you click the link in my profile, it's a link tree. So there's like everything in there, from my prowrestlingtees.com store. There's my IMDb page is on there. My Wrestle Rock podcast, the Evolving podcasts, the links to Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. And the funny thing is, I just was able to put all of the podcasts, all the Wrestle Rock podcast is now on Spotify, and that's brand new. That wasn't on Spotify ever before. But Rick gave me all the information, and I was able to figure it out myself.
So now I got to go back and edit our description. I would definitely want to get that Linktree link on there so people can go right to that then. So I definitely have to do that then when I get a chance. Cory, I want to thank you for joining us, dude. I said, we know you have a very busy schedule, and we were blessed that you gave us this time that we can cram in here before your other before you have to go do your other activities tonight that you mentioned to me. So, bruh, I love you, man. Thank you for coming on. Joey, you have anything?
Love it, you.
It's good to see you again, man. It's been a really long time, dude.
Yes, too long. Let's not let this much time go by next time.
Correct. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. Thank you.
I for sure would like to have both of you guys on my podcast, and definitely on both of my podcasts. For sure.
I'm in anytime. I'm in, man.
Okay. Well, like right now, let's sign off and sign back.
Yeah, sign back in.
Don't tempt us.
I constantly say effort is a currency more value than money. more valuable than money. So the fact that you guys have wanted to spend the effort of your time and your attention on hanging out with me and hearing what I've got to say, I appreciate that so much. And if this is the first time you've ever heard of me or ever seen me, and you think I'll bring some value to your life, go ahead and follow me. Go ahead and reach out to me if you really feel like there's something that you want to ask me or say something to me. I'm here for it. I'm not too big. Like I sit in my house. I sit in my house for like days without receiving one text message or call or instant message like DM. Nobody ever bothers me. Don't think I'm too famous or big to write you back, because I absolutely will.
Hey, follow me back on Twitter.
All right, here I go.
We can keep in touch.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny because the very next day after we were talking, I was on my laptop and I started hitting you up. I was start doing that, trying to start coming with that new design. And how'd that work out for you? Did it come through clear and stuff, or
it looks good, man? I love it.
I wasn't quite sure. I'm like, okay, I hope I'm doing this right. Please don't hate me. I got this. I can do this. I know I can. I think I can. So, all right. So, like I said, Cory, thank you for coming on. I think we're all following each other on Twitter now, I believe.
I believe so.
It's time for everyone else to join in. On following us all on Twitter.
Yep.
And follow the guiding light, the spark.
Yes, sir.
Be fun, have safe, keep evolving.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Oh man, Joe, that was pretty fun just catching up though. And if you notice something, if people who are tuning in and notice, thanks, Flex.
Oh my God. I gotta go eat dinner, but I have not seen Cory in so long. Like I said, the last time I saw him in person was 2007, 2008, something like that. I mean, I didn't even realize it had been that long.
One of the cool things about this whole conversation is that we didn't stick specifically on wrestling. That's right. It was nice to kick off in the beginning, but then it got more meaningful. It was more real, more genuine of the people that we can try to get to come on to show the humanity side of them, and not just entertainer that people go pay tickets to go sit in a chair and
that's what I like about. That's what I like about what we do is it doesn't always have to be solid, wrestling. We can throw some real life stuff in there once in a while, and it kind of breaks up a little bit.
Yeah, and then just like Cory mentioned about his podcast and stuff, there's probably bound to be whether some or a lot of stuff that he might talk about that might inspire other people, help people maybe in certain times or whatever. Maybe they get a little something out of it. The only thing I can say is, hey, just go over and he's not here right now. So go like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, hit that notification button for Cory Kastle, for Evolving with Cory Kastle. Also, Wrestle Rock as well. That's right, Wrestle Rock on Spotify too. Yeah. So and his link tree, I will definitely put his link tree in the description on our YouTube page. So as soon as we finish here, this will be in our library for videos. As far as audio, it'll be up. Most likely, I'll probably put it up tomorrow for our audio section. But other than that, YouTube, baby, YouTube. And just for heads up, Joe, hopefully after today, we don't get flagged like other people.
Yes.
And we don't need all the followers to get the blue check mark. So if everyone goes to all of our pages, you'll definitely see that yellow thumbs up that we have with the red circle around it. On all our pages, it has that. It even has us on our .com. It's us. If you go to BySlamsPodcast.com and you click on any one of our social media pages, they are our legit pages. So if there's any other pages out there, they could be fake, whatever, unless you're linking over from our .com. You know, if you're curious, you know, and you might think they're fake, please report them. We appreciate that. But it is what it is. And it's an early night because we usually start at 9:05. You get to go eat dinner with the wife.
I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to get you off here now too. And I personally will probably go take an old man nap. Maybe at 8:00, I'll start passing out.
Shit, I did that at 5:00 before we even started.
No lie. I was this close. Last night, I almost had a new guinea pig.
Oh boy.
It was like a smaller version of Andre. The colors and all that stuff. I was gonna name it Haku.
I'm Italian and I'm overweight, so I guess that makes me a guinea pig.
Yeah,
that's a good one right there. That's a good one. And
I love you, Joe. I love you, Joe. Yes. And on that note, Joe, you want to close us out?
Good night, everyone.
That's it.
I can smell everything cooking already.
Okay.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, of course, right here on YouTube. Well, I'm watching. I have the stream going through YouTube, so I can see comments and stuff. But anyway, yeah, check us out on all social platforms, Body Slams PCast or Body Slams Podcast. Look us up. BodySlamsPodcast.com is the best place to find all of our info. Check out all the past broadcasts, too, that are archived on the YouTube page. And follow us on every platform possible. And everyone that follows us, we will give you $30.
What the?
I just want to see you say. Not anytime soon. I'm not saying when. I'm not saying when we'll give it to you. I'm just saying if you follow us today, we'll give you 30. Sometime maybe in the future.
Trying to make me go bankrupt. Okay.
Okay. I won't say that. We won't give you $30, but I'll draw a picture of a 3. I don't know where I'm going with this now.
All right.
Good night, folks.
Don't forget to tune in this
Cory
Sunday.
Kastle.
Don't forget to tune in this Sunday for Breakfast and Body Slams at 11 a.m. Do we have a topic? No, we don't. We call it on the fly. We speak from
the ring.
We freestyle our podcast off the top of our dome, homie. That's how we do, I guess, right?
Yeah.
We keep it real in the hood. And with that being said, by the way, you will be able to rock out your new T-shirt and mug and glasses then on Sunday then, because I will give it to you Saturday. So
glasses.
No, your mug, the big glass and the mug.
Like,
no.
Like, wait a minute, you got sunglasses?
No, we ain't that cool yet. All right. All right, everyone. Peace out and check out the rest of our Devereaux podcast teams out there. See you Sunday at 11.
Yes.
This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh.